Good. All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Simon Field for regional final action here in DC Everest, or at DC Everest, between the Marshfield Blue Devils, who just punched their ticket to the state tournament in a win over Plover about an hour and a half ago, against the Wisconsin Rapids Post 9 Rangers, who are already in the state tournament because they're hosts and now looking for that regional championship trophy. Steve Maves alongside Mike Wendlandt, Katie Lecton, Cale Jacoby. You got Dan Lau and Braden Bullis all on the production here tonight on Zaleski Sports. We just saw Marshfield take down Plover, and now they'll try to beat Wisconsin Rapids for the second time this tournament. These two teams just played last night. Mike, you were on the call, and two teams that know each other very well. A lot of them played against each other in high school, and they're playing for a regional championship, but kind of a quote unquote exhibition game here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, this is also the third time in 4 days that they're playing. This tournament started with these two teams. Last night ended with these two teams, and now we're going to end the tournament with these two teams, as we have throughout this week. And like I said, I'm not going to say an exhibition. Both teams still want to win that regional championship. That plaque is going to look good in their clubhouse, wherever they have up at their places. And for this one, there's pride on the line as well. There is pride. They're 1-1 against each other on the week. Marshfield was so close yesterday. They had the go-ahead run on base when Josh DeCarcy came in and struck out Stanowska. And in this one, both teams, like I said in the last game, that first game was the ticket to the dance. Yep. This is the lunch you get with the dance. So there's a lot to be cheering about here. Also, we're going to get crowned an MVP during this one as well as Wisconsin Rapids takes the field. So there's still a lot to play for, and it's a good chance for some guys to get some work, so especially pitchers get some innings in. Yep. And maybe get the bats going one last time. You don't want to sit too long. You look at some of the teams that had clinched their regionals as far back as Wednesday. They sit for a week. Yep. These two teams will play in 3 days' time, and they're going to turn things around. And, again, compared to the other teams, obviously Wisconsin Rapids, way more than Marshfield, but both teams have a little bit of a home field advantage. Yep. Sleeping in their own beds, they're able to arrive at their own leisure in some way, so they'll be able to handle things a little bit more comfortably compared to most other teams. Whereas last year, only one team could do that, and that was Marinette. Yeah, and they were, absolutely right. And
$1 for one ticket.
Yeah, and just going off of that, it's we'll go through the teams that already clinched tickets to or punched their tickets to state. We don't know yet the schedule for the state tournament, and that's something that the Legion will tweet out. The Wisconsin Legion Baseball will tweet out probably by the end of the night, and then we'll have all that, and we'll have it all scheduled on ZaleskiSports.com. Caleb Ellis will lead things off on the mound. He'll be going up against Blake Rabb, Chase Robinson, Emmett Konieczny, Owen Griesbach, Adam Gilbertson, Aiden Cherney, Bryce Erickson. Caleb Schaefer will DH tonight. Jacob Sadowski in left field. Schaefer will DH for Nate Richardson. The first offering misses 4 ball, and we are underway here tonight at 6:49 p.m. Beautiful night. We've been very fortunate this week. Ellis pumps in a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike.
So Kane Taufer not in the lineup today. The only difference for Marshfield.
1-1 from Ellis is popped up to right field, foul territory. Laskowski gives it a look and runs, and the ball drops. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And Caleb Ellis, only his second start this summer. He's been, looks like a primary bullpen arm. He's thrown 24 innings. And again, a sparkling 2.04 ERA. He started this very game last year.
Yeah, correct, in Plover. And that was a Plover Legion or Plover regional victory. That was one of the days when it started to rain. We went crazy getting everything out of the. A nice play there by Landon Freeman. You mentioned it in text last night to me. Just the defense that Rapids had yesterday was on point.
Yeah, Laskowski's made a couple awesome plays in right field. Honeyegger and Selagowski, their usual outfield. Simonson, they're just good. They're solid. They don't make too many mistakes, and it all starts though with the guy behind the plate.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll give you the defensive alignment here in just a second. Chase Robinson at the plate, and now it's going to be hit hard to center. Selagowski is there with ease and makes the catch for the second out.
And there's one thing I've learned this week as well. It's hard to hit one out of this ballpark. We've seen a couple balls off the fence, and that's been it.
Yeah, absolutely. 385 to center, 370 in the gaps, 325 down the line. Not just the distance of the
height,
fence, but the height of the fence as well. Yeah, absolutely. Honeyacre in left, Seligowski in center, and Laskowski in right. Dekarski, Brett Simonson, and Landon Freeman and Braden Lewis from third to first. And Cannon Plowman catching for Caleb Ellis tonight. You mentioned during the Plover game at Tim Sackman was one of the only returners. The miss just a bit low. That Braden Lewis and Cannon Plowman, the two returners for Wisconsin Rapids this year, can't have a better battering duo than that. And Cannon has come to play quite well this year.
Absolutely. Depending on how this game goes, again, we'll name our Zaleski Sports Tournament MVP following the presentation of the regional plaque. And there's a few guys who are on each team who are front runners for it.
2-1 grounded over to Freeman at second, bobbles it and regains to end our first inning. 3 up, 3 down. We played a half an inning. Marshfield nothing. Rapids coming up. You're watching the American Legion Regional Championship on Zaleski Sports.
Bauer & Find has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Bauer & Find Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently. Bauer & Find has been based in Marshfield since 1955.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
They, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed.
it's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com. Why work for Staub?
Welcome back to Simon Field here on the campus of DC Everest High School. A beautiful night. Again, I've been here a couple days, but from what I've seen and what I've heard, it has been a tremendous weekend weather-wise, and all the help we've gotten around here. It's been awesome to have the support. Again, Zaleski Sports, your home for the AAA American Legion Regional here at DC Everest. We'll have all 14, maybe all 15 games next week in Wisconsin Rapids. Check all those out at ZaleskiSports.com. Nate Richardson on the mound for Marshfield here in this regional final.
Richardson adding on to his team-leading 14th appearance of 39 games now.
Yeah. This is the 39th game for...
Really 38th. One was a forfeit with the Anago game.
Yeah. Brett Simonson looks at a strike. Came in and pitched on Thursday, I believe, against Wausau.
Yeah, got the win in that walk-off. The Bryce Erickson mad dash from second.
Yeah, I looked back at that a couple times. Erickson singled with 2 outs.
Stole second.
Then on a 2-2 pitch, got to third, and then the wild throw won him the game. Yeah, just craziness.
Yeah, you don't see that too often.
The 1-2 to Simonson is going to be hit to right center field. And a leadoff base hit for Brett. And Rapids has the leadoff base runner for Caleb Ellis, the pitcher.
It's been an interesting week hitting-wise for Brett Simonson. He's gotten his share of hits. I think he's got 4 or 5, but he's also struck out quite a bit. It's been interesting for a leadoff man to have that kind of variance. But his key work was on the mound a couple of days ago against Plover. He was absolutely dominant.
Ellis, one that usually squares the bunt, looks at a strike on the outside. And it's 0-1 with Simonson leading from first. You're in the bottom of the first inning.
Yeah, Ellis trying to get the bat going a little bit. He's had a little bit of a slow week as I say that.
Smashes one into right center field. Bad angle. Simonson's going to go from first to third. And a double there for Caleb Ellis. Tough angle there for Aiden Cherney. Didn't cut it off, and Simonson walks into third, and Ellis to second for Cannon Plowman.
And we talked about it also in the last game. Marshfield, a team that's mostly shortstops and infielders. And Coach Matt said Griesbach is his only true outfielder that he has. So a lot of these guys, they're used to playing infield. They're getting ground balls. And we saw a couple times in the game they adjusted to make the play Sadowska, especially when he was in center.
Yep.
That time, Cherney took it again. He kind of misread it. The angle got behind him, and just like that, chance for Wisconsin Rapids to make a statement here.
Cannon Plowman looks at a ball high. Cannon, as mentioned before, one of the two returners, one of the two graduate returners from a year ago. One ball, no strikes here to Plowman. Cannon looks at a ball outside, gets away from Gilbertson just momentarily, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by Rapid Sheet Metal. As the weather warms up, look to Rapid Sheet Metal Heating and Cooling in Wisconsin Rapids. They got more than 100 years of making your home and business comfortable. Call Rapid Sheet Metal Heating and Cooling today. And if you didn't call them now, got to call them now by now, because it's going to be hot. Hot next week. We're going to do our best to make sure everything is cooled down in Rapids to bring you a flawless broadcast. Plowman to center field. Griesbach backing up, makes the catch on the run, and both runners tag, and Wisconsin Rapids leads 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning.
RBI number 19 for Plowman. Came in hitting .349. He does have one of their home runs this year. That was that walk-off a few weeks ago.
Yeah, against we were watching the Kaukauna game against Kaukauna in Appleton a couple weekends ago. Now Braden Lewis with the runner at third and 1 out. I think Gage Honeyegger had one. There's a strike. I think that was against in a double header against Baraboo.
Yes.
And that was
all right.
The 0-1 here to Lewis. Popped it up and out of play.
And that's another thing we had talked about. You weren't here, but you were watching me. You texted me a couple of days ago when Plowman was intentionally walked to get to Braden Lewis.
The 0-2. Now it's going to be golfed into right center field, backing up and making the catch. And a couple of sacrifice flies puts Wisconsin Rapids up 2-0.
The two veterans doing what they do best. There's a reason they hit 3 and 4.
Got the speedsters on, and Simonson and Ellis and Plowman and Lewis both sacrifice flies, and now the
go from the veterans to the new guy.
Yeah. Gage played a huge part in the 17 Youth Championship last year and has really played well. Bunts it up the third base line and foul. One of the fastest kids that you'll see, Gage Honeyegger.
Yeah, he can hit a little bit. I mean, 402. He's second on the team. 26 RBIs. He's going to have 5 or 6 of them just this week. And also a key member on the mound in that game against Stevens Point.
The 0-1. Inside corner and missed. Yeah, listening yesterday, he had a no-hitter for a while, right?
Through 5, yeah.
Yeah, had a no-hitter against Stratford last week. The 1-1. It was a 5-inning no-hitter, but still.
That 0 stays forever.
Yeah.
And he's a guy where, as a pitcher, he's wild, but he limits contact very well.
2-1 misses. 3-1 here to Honeyegger.
And with Cannon and Braden Lewis gone after this year, he's going to move up in that batting order quickly. I'm not sure if Caleb Ellis will be back next year.
Yeah, I'm not sure when his birthday is. Again, all depends on when you were born, as Honeyegger hits this one to Cherney and right and ends the first inning. Couple of runs, couple of hits, nobody left. We've played one complete. Rapids leads 2-0. You're watching the American Legion Regional Championship on Zaleski Sports.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC, and I am standing in our all-new Express Lane. Open now, no appointment necessary. Stop on in and get things like oil changes, filters, quick lubes. No appointment necessary. See you soon. Hey everybody, Nat over at
Chili Implement, located just west of Marshfield in Chili, is your Kubota dealer in central Wisconsin. Big or small, Chili Implement has all the best equipment waiting for you. From farm tractors to lawn care, plus work and have fun in a Kubota side-by-side. Choose Chili Implement for your parts and service too. Chili Implement, open Monday through Saturday to serve you, and 24/7 online at chiliimplement.com.
Welcome back to Simon Field. Baseball field, no softball allowed. That's what, there's only one L though on there. So, yeah, Yeah, that's
It's either no or it's other parts rubbed off to it, or it's Mo softball.
Yeah, we've seen some tremendous baseball here this week, and can appreciate everyone tuning in and making us part of your week here on Zaleski Sports. 14 more games, 15 maybe, next week at the Quadplex in Wisconsin Rapids.
And again, these two teams will be involved, largely spearheaded by the man at the plate right now in Griesbach, who was so big in that game earlier today.
It's just about a little bit outside. Yeah, complete game on the mound. And, yeah, I talked to Coach Metz after the game. Again, if you can't or if you needed somebody, it was Griesbach. Ground ball into left and a leadoff base hit for Owen Griesbach. He had a couple of hits in that Clover game as well.
He did.
And Marshfield gets their first base runner.
Well, and as, again, he got described, and Coach Metz described him, a bulldog.
Yep.
Like he's a tiger in the spring. But a bulldog now, and we thought he might have been injured for a second, but he bore down and was great. And they have 4 top-tier starters on this team. That's going to bode them well at state, I think.
Yeah, Coach Metz said that he could have pitched against Wausau on Thursday. He could have pitched on Friday. Ended up pitching in the state-bound game today. Now it's going to be hit to right center field. That is a good hit. Griesbach from first to third. They're going to try, and then
he's stuck now.
Throw is going to be all the way through, and back-to-back singles for Marshfield against Ellis here in the second inning. That'll bring up Aiden Cherney. This is where Marshfield did their damage against Rapids in their first game. 7 runs, second inning for Marshfield on Wednesday against Rapids.
Yeah, they had that huge second inning, a 7-run second, that they were able to get to, really the first team to really get to Braden Lewis this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I was talking to one of Braden's former teammates, Brennan Huber, today at the Quadplex before I came up here. I don't know if Brennan has ever been hit or scored upon like that in 2 innings that he pitched in his life. And Marshfield did it and got into the winner's bracket on Wednesday.
And really, since they haven't looked back, every game's been a little tough, 1-run games.
Golfs it to right center field, and Griesbach's going to try and tag. Throwing, got him at third base. A double play, Seligowski to Simonson to Tokarski, and a double play erases Owen Griesbach.
And again, there's that defense. You allow the first 2 guys on a couple of hits. You erase 1 at third.
Yeah, good time or big time throw there from Seligowski to hit his cutoff, and then a dime over to Tokarski at third. Now 2 away just like that for Bryce Erickson.
We'll get the plate cleaned off.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a free quote from Kerry Van Aert, State Farm on auto, homeowners, life insurance, renters, and more for both Wisconsin Rapids and Marshfield. Find Kerry Van Aert, State Farm on Facebook. Get started today. Offering misses away. It's 1-0.
We got Erickson, really the personification of chaos. Times of the plate, controlled chaos. The guy hustles every play, runs hard, plays good defense at multiple positions. Also, one of the few guys who does the no batting gloves and the wrist tape, but he has the sliding mitt.
Carson Orheim with the throwback Packers helmet on, the rally helmet.
That actually might have been a game used when we look at it.
Carson pitched on
last night.
Yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, he was really, really good for 5 2/3, and then they brought in Tokarski, who got the key strikeout that kept their run alive.
1-1 is swung on and missed. And Erickson behind, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Like Erickson was on base, 2 outs. He was the last batter Orheim faced, and then Tokarski came in and got Sadowska looking to end the 6th, and then he went, I think, 1, 2, 3 in the 7th.
1-2 misses just away. Orheim, one of the few non-Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln or Wisconsin Rapids Assumption athletes, players on this team. A Port Edwards graduate this past spring. The 2-2 is popped up and into the screen. Hits the top of the fence and rolls back in. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Runner at first is Gilbertson for Marshfield.
Keeping on things in the Valley, you guys got an update that looks like Merrill still going. They took down Rhinelander.
Outside corner and just missed. Ellis marching back to the dugout. Erickson will have another shot at it here.
And runner will go now. Full count, 2 outs.
Gilbertson at first. Ellis sets. Pick off to first and back in time. Ellis has picked off a couple of kids. I don't know if many this summer, had a couple this past spring on the mound for Lincoln.
Looks like we're going to have one more regional going on. Looks like a winner-take-all game between Kaukauna and Manitowoc now.
Ground ball over to Simonson at short. And that'll end the top of the second inning. No runs on a pair of hits. There is a double play and 1 left to be played an inning and a half. It is 2-0 Rapids. You're watching the American Legion Regional Final on Zaleski Sports.
Welcome to Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Welcome back to DC Everest. Adam Bouchard wearing it backwards now for Wisconsin Rapids as a rally helmet or a friend as a fun tool or a prop that they've got in the dugout.
Well, I know the rules. You have to have a helmet in the coaching box. Could that helmet work if Coach Halber wore it out to third base coaching box?
That'd be quite something. See Cannon Plowman and Caleb Ellis.
And just how you turn the helmet is your signs.
Maybe we'll ask Court about wearing it next week.
Or you just have different helmets out there. Different face mask is the bunt sign. And
Jackson Laskowski to lead things off, followed by Tokarski and Seligowski against Nate Richardson here in the bottom of the second inning. First offering is a low strike, and it's 0-1 to Laskowski.
Laskowski took an 0 for last night, but he hit the ball hard. And he shines as the defense. He's had some awesome throws from right field this year of games that I've covered.
Yeah, you had one in Plover, right?
It was a game decider, really. It was a 1-0 win. And he cut down Willie Washington at the plate.
Breaking ball line to third and just foul, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I think someone in the dugout yelled for Coach Halber to make a play on it.
Be an athlete, right?
I don't feel like breaking your hand in a regional game.
1 ball and 2 strikes, especially when he's got football in a month. Misses away and high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Give a big shout out to our friends at Wood Street Rentals. For any size job and needed equipment, look to Wood Street Rentals, offering a great variety of rental equipment to help you get the job done. Delivery service to any job site. That is Wood Street Rentals. Again, thank you to them for our center field lift camera lift. And we'll be having that in Wisconsin Rapids next week from our friends at Wood Street Rentals.
Basically what you see tonight, you're going to see next week.
The 3-2 to Laskowski just missed, maybe a tad high, and a leadoff walk to Jackson. That'll bring up Josh Tokarski. Josh has had a good week at the plate from what I've seen on the broadcasts. Struggled coming in. Had a couple of big-time hits.
Yes, and then again, pitching last night was huge. Coming and getting a save.
First offering to Tokarski, misses high for a ball. Runner at first is Laskowski. Pick over to first.
And I say this jokingly, but just imagine how Tokarski feels in this weather. He's usually more comfortable on the ice.
Yeah. Yeah, tremendous hockey player. There goes Laskowski, swung on and missed. Throw down to second was there, may have been kicked out of the glove by Laskowski. Stolen base for Jackson.
Yeah, I think it got a piece of the spike of Laskowski. It was a good throw.
Yeah, yep, right on the mark for Gilbertson. Now runner at second with nobody out for Josh Dekarski with Jordan Seligowski on deck. And good crowd on hand. We've had a good crowd all week here at Simon Field and campus of DC Everest High School. Misses away. 2 balls and a strike. Very thankful for the cloud cover tonight.
Yeah, it's compared to the rest of the week, this has been there's a little more wind than has been.
Back throw to second. Tokarski took a big swing and missed.
Well, that was just showing off. Outfield playing to pull with Tokarski in right field with Cherney. There's a lot of room down that right field line.
The 2-2 here. Breaking ball missed a tad bit inside. Count runs full now here to Tokarski. Second straight full count at bat of the bottom of the second inning. I appreciate everyone tuning in tonight again. There's a swing and a miss. Pulled the string on him and got him to swing through it. First serve pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout of the night.
Center fielder number 14, George.
Sure, he called Jamie Wenzel a serve pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Serve pro. Like it never even happened. That'll bring up Jordan Seligowski here with 1 out.
Another guy who's had a pretty good week at the plate.
This is a tad bit away and low. 1 ball, no strikes. Landon Freeman on deck.
Jose, he drove in what amounted to the winning run in that game against Plover a couple of days ago. Also an outfield assist now today.
There's a strike. Rapids lost their first game of the regional, have won the last 3. Seligowski, big swing and a miss. The last 2, right?
They won the last 3.
Oh, yeah, they played twice yesterday.
Yes.
A 1-2. This is low and away.
They've won 3 times, only eliminated 1 team. Yeah, they lost.
Stevens Point had won yesterday.
They lost to these Blue Devils, but then they beat Plover, beat Stevens Point, and then beat Marshfield last night.
The 2-2 to Seligowski is chopped over to first. Erickson backhands it. And it'll be 3 unassisted for Bryce Erickson. 2 away now. Runner reaches third for Landon Freeman for Wisconsin Rapids. And SCS Apartment or Home is where you want to live, work, and play all throughout central Wisconsin, the Chippewa Valley, and the Fox Valley. No matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. Visit scswiderski.com for more. Runner at third now and 2 outs. Low. Simonson on deck. Brett Simonson. There's a strike on the inside corner. Evens it up at a ball and a strike. And wind blowing from left to right. From our flag out in right center. Freeman pops it up and out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Landon had a game winner. I'm trying to think of who it was against.
Was that the Stevens Point game?
It may have been, yes. The 1-2 bounced in there.
Yeah, he's doing a really nice job in that 9 spot. He doesn't strike out much, makes solid contact, and he can fly.
The 2-2 coming back. This is high. Very good wrestler as well is Landon Freeman. Runner at third and 2 outs, full count. Brett Simonson on deck. And it hits him on the foot. And Freeman will reach for the top of the order. Runners at the corners now. And 2 outs for Brett Simonson.
And you got to think, depending on how that foot feels, he might be on the run here.
See Coach Court Halber and Jackson Laskowski. Adam Gilbertson giving his infield some instructions as well. Freeman, a good lead over there at first, a healthy lead. Richardson sets. There goes Freeman. And no throw to be had, and Freeman will take it with no throw.
Yeah, Gilbertson was going to see if Laskowski took a jab step. If Laskowski made any move toward home, he was going to throw behind him. And Robinson was there.
The 0-1 misses high. 1 ball and 1 strike. We'll give you in the top of the third, we'll give you the teams that have already punched their ticket to state. Only one other regional besides ours going on. That misses inside. The other one is Manitowoc and Kaukauna. They have not yet started. Oh, they did. There's one out at the top of the first.
That game should be winner takes it.
Yep. The 2-1. Chopper to first. That's Erickson will take it with ease and end the second inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 left on via a walk and a hit by pitch. We play 2 complete. Still Rapids 2, Marshfield nothing. You're watching the American Legion Regional 2 Championship, Zaleski Sports.
Hi, I'm Shai from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.
Business owners share so many challenges, but there's one challenge that has an easy solution. Branding your business with creative graphics and a plethora of effective print marketing options is as easy as Quality Plus Printing. With over 30 years of marketing expertise and a track record of happy customers, you can trust in Quality Plus Printing to develop the perfect brand for you. As a business owner, you have enough to focus on. Give yourself a break and trust in Quality Plus Printing on 8th Street in Wisconsin Rapids, or find us at qpprinting.com. That's qpprinting.com.
Welcome back to Simon Field on Zaleski Sports. It will be, got the wrong team up here. We got Schaefer, Sadowska, and Blake Rabb. See Braden Bullis. Big shout out to all of our workers this week. Can't thank them all enough for their hard work here at DC Everest all week. We'll go through them at the end of our broadcast here tonight. 1-0 to Caleb Schaefer. Chopper to third and foul. So teams that have already punched their ticket, and Mike mentioned it earlier, a number of them, their regionals were over. The Eau Claire regional was over before our second game of our regional had even started. So there's a low strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. DePere making it back to state. Eau Claire back at state. Holman, Oshkosh. One of these, or both of these teams will be at state. And then the winner of Manitowoc and Kaukauna. And then a new team. They were a 17U team last year. Milwaukee Post 426 making it to state for the first time in program history.
And we looked a lot before our first game today. A lot of those guys, Whitnell.
Yep.
A lot of guys there from that area.
I think 6 of the 15 on the roster. The 3-2.
But always good to see more of the southern part of the state get some American Legion teams again. It's been a lot of times very north of Madison heavy.
Yep.
So it's good to see more of those teams down there getting teams going, getting back out there.
The 3-2 here from Ellis. And a leadoff walk to the DH, Caleb Schaefer. That'll bring up Jacob Sadowska. Yeah, that's the first Milwaukee area team that has made the state tournament since 1999. So, big shout out to.
So that's what Y2K did.
Yeah, wiped out the baseball teams. Runner at first and no outs. And a swinging bunt. Ellis will make the easy play at first, and there's one away.
That was like it worked very well, but it was almost like a softball swing.
Yeah. Yeah, slap hitter.
But it was perfectly placed, and Ellis, again, when he's not pitching, playing shortstop, is able to hop off the mound quickly, make a nice play. We've seen some good bunt defense all around again both these two, especially Chase Robinson's, over the week has had some really nice bunt coverage.
Like Rabb at the plate now. He grounded out to Landon Freeman at second to start the ball game.
Yeah, that was a really nice play by Freeman to start the game off.
Schaefer at second with one out. There's a swing and a miss behind the fastball and evens it up at a ball and a strike. Staub Construction is a premier builder of municipal and industrial water and wastewater treatment systems in the Midwest. Staub Construction, a 100% employee-owned company. 1-1 outside. 2-1 to Blake with Chase Robinson on deck. Ellis fires home, pops it up and out of play. Does Rabb, and evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Reminder, at the conclusion of this game, we'll have a trophy or a plaque presentation, a regional championship presentation, and an MVP award to give out, as well as on-field interviews after the game is concluded. 3 balls and 2 strikes. That's going to be part of our Next Step Prosthetics post-game show once we wrap everything up. Still a long ways to go. We're in the top of the third with 1 out. Now it's going to be hit to right. Laskowski makes a nice catch on the line drive, and there's 2 away.
Now batting the third baseman, Chase Robinson.
2 away now for Chase.
So you get the sacrifice for the top of the order, and Rabb hit it pretty hard, but again, right at Laskowski. But now a chance for Chase Robinson, a guy who, coming into the day, was definitely on the short list for potential tournament MVPs.
Yeah, no doubt. First offering to Robinson, hits the zone for a strike. Yeah, flew out to center on the first pitch that he saw in the second. The 0-1. That was going to be popped up, foul territory. Lewis giving it a run. Still giving it a run, and tried the basket catch and came up empty. And it's 0-2 now to Robinson.
A lot of ground to cover here at Simon Field. Only field that's even remotely close would be Hackman.
Yes. Yeah, Rapids has a lot, but definitely not anything like this. No balls and 2 strikes. Ellis kicks and fires. Swung on and missed, blew it past him, and that's the first Serve Pro strikeout for Caleb Ellis here tonight. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left via the walk. We've played 2.5. Still 2-0 Rapids. You're watching American Legion Regional 2 championship game on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fear, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Customize your next apparel order with Maida Custom Apparel of Stevens Point. Visit us today for custom baseball and softball apparel. Need help with a design? We have you covered. Our highly skilled staff will turn your idea into a reality with great quality screen printing. Or choose from a variety of embroidery options today. Visit us at our physical store or online at maidacustom.com.
Caleb Ellis to lead things off here. Again, a beautiful night. Good crowd on hand. Ellis grounds it over to Rabb at short. Low throw and can't be scooped out by Erickson. And the leadoff base runner will be Caleb Ellis on the errant throw by Blake Rabb.
Yeah, officially ruled an E6.
And now Rapids with the leadoff runner with good speed, and Caleb Ellis standing at first base, as you see, maybe they can't see it down there. Trevor Linsmeyer starting to get loose down the the right field line. Possible pitcher for Rapids. And Plowman fouls it back right over the top of the screen. And it's 0-1 to Cannon. Sacrifice fly for Plowman in the first.
Yeah, Linsmeyer threw in the Stevens point game, if I remember correctly. Got the last
line drive to center field. That's right center field. And Ellis will go from first to third. And Cannon Plowman continues his hot bat. And Rapids with some runners here in the third.
First baseman,
I'll bring up Braden Lewis. He also had a sacrifice fly to right center field in the first.
And keep you guys updated as well. Bottom one, Manitowoc up 1-0 on Kaukauna.
Saw Manitowoc at the state tournament last year. You just saw Manitowoc, didn't you, last week?
At the Schluter, yeah.
There goes Plowman. And pitch inside, and Cannon steals second.
They're good. They're big. They always seem like they're bigger than everybody else, just physically imposing. A lot of really talented players from the Kiel team from a couple years ago. DeCellier, Hartlob. A lot of those guys are theirs again. Then they're a threat. They're definitely a threat. Kaukauna went up to this level last year, made state right away.
1 strike. Popped up. Gilbertson giving it a look, and he make the catch,
yes,
and he did. Nice play there by Adam Gilbertson.
I couldn't tell the first sound I heard was him catching it or him crashing into the dugout.
A big first out there for Marshfield. That'll bring up Gage Honeyegger. Flew out to right field his first time up.
Well, we talked last inning, Chase Robinson on one of the short lists for tournament MVP. Cannon Plowman on there and Honeyegger as well.
Long look from Richardson. Yeah, a couple of years ago, I think you were probably up there. Did Kaukauna win the AA state tournament in Anago?
Yeah, they did. It was a walk-off.
Yeah. The 0-1.
They walked off Anago to win it. That's right.
Honeyegger looks at strike 2, 0-2 quickly.
Yeah, that was a fun tournament. That came out the last day, and Cal almost got annihilated by a foul ball into the booth.
No balls and 2 strikes here to Honeyegger. A high one. That one's off the glove of Gilbertson, and scoring easily will be Ellis on the wild pitch.
And that's the one thing, again, with a ton of foul territory here. Anything gets behind the catcher, it's pretty much a guaranteed base. Maybe first to third if someone's fast enough. Coach Pazer says he's fast enough. He's going first to home on that.
A ball and 2 strikes here to Honeyegger.
He may skip second base if umpire's not watching.
Infield plays in the 1-2. Honeyegger fouls it straight back. Remains 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And it's always good to have some laughs up here. Again, a huge thank you to the Everest people helping us out here and letting us use their press box, most of their press box, for the past few days. And the work they've done on the field has been second to none. This has been one of the best-run regional tournaments that I've covered.
The 1-2, Honeyegger to left, and just foul. Yeah, so we have Manitowoc, who was at state last year. You got De Pere, who won high school state this past spring. And Eau Claire, you mentioned...
They have a lot of Oliva Strum guys who won state this year.
You mentioned teams that can bring in guys from all over the place. Eau Claire is definitely one of them.
Marshfield as well.
Yeah, Marshfield does. The 1 ball and 2 strikes here.
Only 4 different schools in their lineup this game.
That one skips in there, and Gilbertson couldn't find it. Plowman had a good read on it and a good jump.
Yeah, he took off right away. He saw the spin of that ball where it kicked, and he did not hesitate.
And again, that's a veteran catcher knowing where the ball is going to go on a spike like that. Just like that, bases are empty.
That's a guy who's caught his 5th game in 4 days.
Yeah. The 2-2. Honeyegger pops it up to shallow center. That's a tough play for Griesbach coming in, but that's going to be caught by Sadowska. Talk about guys that have a lot of speed. Jacob Sadowska, one of the fastest as well, and there's 2 away.
Absolutely. And you talk about just, again, a team that's just loaded with middle infield talent.
Yep.
Another one of those super athletic shortstops on this team. Sanowska, Coach Metch talked about how impressed he is with his work adjusting to the outfield this year.
Laskowski dribbles it over to Rab at short, and that'll end our third inning. 2 runs on a hit, an error, and nobody left. We've played 3 complete. New score, Rapids 4, Marshfield nothing. You're watching American Legion Region 2 championship game on Zaleski Sports.
Wisconsin River Orthopedics has been providing comprehensive care to Wood County for over 50 years. We offer urgent care for orthopedic pain and injuries, joint replacement, along with focused sports medicine care from evaluation to rehabilitation. Our facilities offer a spacious rehab center to get you back to doing what you love most, along with the latest technology in our ambulatory surgery center and a comfortable open MRI. Stop living with pain and limited range in your joints. Turn to Wisconsin River Orthopedics and get back to the way life is meant to be.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids.
Caleb Ellis out there for his 4th inning of work as you see Trevor Lindsmeyer in the bullpen warming up for Wisconsin Rapids. As we'll see what how far Coach Cord Halber wants to push Caleb here today, and with a game just for a regional championship. State has been punched for both teams, and just trying to get that home plate plaque popped up on the infield. Ellis standing on the mound and tracks it on the grass just in front of the mound, and there's one away here in the 4th.
You can put the shortstop on the mound, but you can't take the shortstop out of the pitcher.
There's one away now for Owen Griesbach, singled his last time up.
All I want is after to be the last out and have him do a Corbin Burns sprint to the dugout.
One away here for Griesbach, singled and then was doubled off trying to go to third on a fly ball to center. Ellis misses away. Solaris customers have enjoyed the same low price for 5 years running. No tricks, no gimmicks, no kidding. Packages starting at $49.99 a month. Visit Solaris.net today and learn more. Griesbach head 2-0 here. Again, you'll see it next week. Solaris are internet provider in Wisconsin Rapids at just about every place that we go. There's a strike to Griesbach, 2-1. Everywhere we go in Wisconsin Rapids anyway. Ellis on the 2-1. Away, 3-1. Adam Gilbertson awaiting on deck.
I wonder if we get to a point where we start seeing some of these guys who haven't played a ton this week get in the game, get in at bat. We see it with Schaefer getting the DH spot. Bouchard DH last night.
Had a couple hits, or had one at least, right?
Yeah, had a key RBI in the very beginning. It was just a jam shot, little bloop to right.
I may not have been here all week, but I sure didn't miss a game. That one just misses. So 1-out walk. A big shout out to all of the employees this week for Zaleski Sports, doing a tremendous job being here into the late night hours, early afternoon.
No, that'll be this next week, or it's going to be the earlier mornings.
Yeah, 10 a.m. first game on Tuesday morning in Wisconsin Rapids. Since 2005, Metallico has been one of North America's largest secondary aluminum billet producers, offering hundreds of jobs in the Wisconsin Rapids area. Your next career path is just a call or stop away. Learn more about working at Metallico at metallico.com or stop in to apply at their plant in Wisconsin Rapids. Runner at first and one away as Lindsmeyer continues to warm up. There's a swing and a miss by Gilbertson. Singled his last time up as well. The 1-1. Just a tad bit high. 2-1. one thing we know for sure for schedule next week is that Wisconsin Rapids will have the 7:30 p.m. game. That one's fouled at the plate of day number 1. As the host team, we get to play the last game. There's going to be opening ceremonies. There's going to be all sorts of, probably a couple of talkers, and we'll have all of that. Make sure we go live early for that opening ceremony before the last game of the first day. Just back in time is Griesbach. Rapids hosting it for the first time at the Quadplex. Before that, they hosted it seven times previous at Witter Field. There's a strike, and got him looking on the inside corner. And there's 2 away. That's the second Serve Pro strikeout for Caleb Ellis. And there's 2 away now for Aiden Cherney. He's the one that flew out to center field. Then Seligowski, Simonson, and Dekarski doubled off Griesbach.
Yeah, Griesbach, almost a running lead in some ways at first base. He's never standing still. That's why I've been quiet. I've been kind of watching to see if he's going to go or not. He got thrown out 30. Got thrown out a second on a steal attempt in the first game.
Yeah, that's true. Aiden Cherney in the batter's box has that back quadrant, back corner. His toes pretty much facing the Rapids, or nearly facing Cannon Plum, and that was
close stance.
Golf to center. Seligowski will make the catch and end the top of the 4th inning. No runs, no hits. There was 1 runner left on base via the walk. We've played 3.5. 4-0 Rapids. You're watching American Legion Region 2 championship game. Zaleski Sports.
The Sports Den, located on Marshfield's sunny south side since 1975. The Sports Den has the area's best selection of outdoor equipment. Find top brands of snowshoes, cross-country and downhill skis, snowboards, swimming equipment, skateboards, and more. The Sports Den has a full-service bike repair center along with top bike brands, Specialized, Trek, and others. The Sports Den is Central Wisconsin's Fat Bike headquarters. Visit the Sports Den in Marshfield Monday through Saturday and thesportsden.net. The Sports Den.
Welcome. How may we help you?
New windows, new garage, new car, swimming pool, tuition. We're not talking scholarship here. And a vacation.
Our affordable home equity line of credit may be just what you need.
Medical expenses, braces for our youngest. How about the dog? Roof. How about the roof? And did I mention how long I wanted that vacation to be?
Your money, your life. How may we help you? Welcome.
Matt Konechny, the new pitcher for Marshfield, as we head to the 4th inning. Pitched a little bit yesterday.
Yeah, got 1 out, and again, it was a pleasant surprise for Mac. Missed a lot of time with injury.
Yeah, we saw him on Wednesday with a cast on his wrist. So, yeah, good to see him back out there, and be excited to see him next week in Wisconsin Rapids. That's for sure. Dekarski, Seligowski, and Freeman here to lead things off in the 4th inning as we head to the bottom of the 4th, 4-0 Wisconsin Rapids.
And again, a quick thing with Mac is I talked with Coach Metz this afternoon before the first game. He said basically it's a pain tolerance thing. How long he can go depends on how his wrist is feeling.
Dekarski bounced, or the first offering to Dekarski bounced in there. Strikeout victim back in the 2nd inning. Score from the Manitowoc-Kaukauna game, 4-0 post 188, or post 88. That's Manitowoc ahead of Kaukauna. 2-0 to Dekarski. And Rapids looking for their first regional title since 2019. That year state was at Chippewa Falls, Casper Park, and lost to Oshkosh in, I think, the 4th day of the tournament. 3-1, fouled straight back. Count runs full now, 3-2. Marshfield looking for their first regional title since 2022. They defeated Wausau. That was popped up a mile in the air. Look out over there. That one bounced on top of the dugout.
Stays in the net.
Oh yeah, look at that. Rapids has a couple of coaches, a couple of guys on, or Seligowski on deck, and Laskowski was sitting on the outside of the dugout. They all sprinted into the dugout in case Gilbertson had to go over there. Gotta appreciate everyone tuning in tonight. Regional championship, Tokarski to center field. Griesbach ranging over to his left and making the catch. And there's one away.
And every fly ball, you got to earn it here.
One up and one down. Reminder that Bruce Orthodontics provides comprehensive orthodontic care for our patients of all ages. They are now accepting new patients at their Marshfield office and accept most insurances. At Bruce Orthodontics, they're changing lives one smile at a time. Call their Marshfield office and set up a free consultation today. Seligowski pops it up too short. Like Rabis there. He ranges a couple of steps to his left. And there's two away now for Landon Freeman. Quickly two away for Konieczny here in the bottom of the fourth.
And really, Mac fell behind 3-0 on Tokarski since he's come back. Got a loud fly ball, but then a pop-up. Nice easy play for Rab. And now he has to face his numerical counterpart.
Landon Freeman at the plate, hit by a pitch his first time up. First offer misses low and in. 1 ball and no strikes. And first game cruised right along. This one, we're in the fourth, bottom of the fourth, and about 45 minutes or so into this game. The 2-0. Missed high, 3-0.
And we got to say it also, like we always talk about every year in the regional, especially one like this that's so tough, is who has pitching left.
Yeah.
Both these teams have pitching to spare.
3-0 is a strike.
Like they could make trades to other teams and still be in a good spot.
Yeah, absolutely right. That's a luxury that most teams don't have. And a 5-pitch walk here to Freeman will bring up the top of the order in Brett Simonson. Made a Custom Apparel in Stevens Point. They provide quality decorated apparel from hometown schools and summer teams to corporate and team outings, along with promotional items and sporting goods. It's Made a Custom Apparel, Business Park, Stevens Point. Freeman a good lead. He takes off. The throw down to second is in plenty of time, and the tag is applied by Rab, and that'll end our fourth inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We have played 4. It is 4-0 Rapids. You're watching the American Legion 2 championship game on Zaleski Sports.
Little Sprouts Learning Garden with 2 convenient central Wisconsin locations. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
Little Sprouts has been around for almost 7 years here in Auburndale. In Rudolph, we've been open for about 2.5. We serve here in Auburndale, we have 6 weeks old up until 12-year-olds. And then in Rudolph, we have 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds. The biggest thing that we do with them is we have play-based learning so that they learn through play with each other. And social skills are a huge part of what we do with them.
Find Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
Save during the summer tire event at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Up to $200 back on select sets of 4 Goodyear tires. Buy online or mail-in rebate when you use the Goodyear credit card. Through June 28 at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Find your location at SherrillTire.com. Save during the
top of the 5th inning we go here. I almost want to keep saying Wisconsin Rapids. That's just
it's a preview.
Yeah, exactly right. Erickson, Schaefer, and Sadowska for Marshfield here in the top of the 5th against Caleb Ellis, Steve Maves, Mike Wennett, Katie Lecton, Cale Jacoby, Dan Lau, Braden Bullis working here tonight. Again, thank you all for tuning in, and give a big shout out to all of our staff this week that brought these awesome productions to you. Line drive to right field, and Bryce Erickson leads the 5th inning off with a base hit. That'll bring up Caleb Schaefer. He walked back in the 3rd inning. Wisconsin Nerve Orthopedics, they encourage you to stop living with the pain. Come see them and let's get you back to living your life to the fullest. For joint pain, rehabilitation, urgent care, and more, come to Wisconsin Nerve Orthopedics in Wisconsin Rapids. Schaefer fouls it back. And 0-1. One on, nobody out. Bottom or top of the 5th inning.
And up to this 1-0, 6-0 Manitowoc. That came in the bottom of the 2nd, so it's looking pretty good for Manitowoc to be the second team returning to state this year from last year's squad, last year's lineup.
Ooh. Erickson didn't slide back, and Ellis almost picked him off as Lewis applied the tag on his leg. Got him, picked him off. Erickson is picked off at first. And Ellis erases a leadoff base hit. Lewis a nice tag. Ellis 3rd time's a charm and got him over at first. The emphatic punch out by Kevin Johnson on the base paths. You have to. Those don't happen very often. Now pop up to first in foul territory for Braden. And he's going to make the catch, and just like that, there's 2 away.
And nothing Kevin Johnson does isn't emphatic.
I'll bring up Jacob Sadowska. Yeah, you mentioned the games that he's done. He had the Division I boys basketball championship game this past March. He did
plenty
of state baseball this year.
I want to say either baseball or softball.
Yeah. 0-1 to Sadowska. A line drive to left, and it's going to fall in front of Honeyegger, and 2-out base hit.
I think
Jacob Sadowska.
I think Honeyegger played that on a bare hand too.
Yeah, he did. He just casual.
And that's going to be it.
And that'll be it for Caleb Ellis. A couple of times through the batting order. Blake Rabb will be up, and Trevor Linsmeyer will be on the mound for post 9. The call of the bullpen has been made, and we'll have that changed for you when we come back here in just a moment. 4-0 Rapids. Runner at first and 2 outs for Marshfield. We'll be back after this on Zaleski Sports.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
Hi, this is Jill from Home Furniture and Design. Since 1970 and 4 generations, our family has been proudly offering quality furniture like Lazy Boy, Serta, and the Amish to Central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's just a sofa or the entire home.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
After a couple years of a job that doesn't fit, it's time for more money, more opportunity. That is where Mid-State Technical College comes in. Would cooking be a good fit? Try on a career in welding. Perhaps the outdoors suits you better. Or maybe helping people is a better fit. No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options, making Mid-State the perfect fit. After a couple years...
Trevor Linsmeyer on the mound. Bryce Erickson. Death stare into the camera that we've got. Matt Konieczny, or that's Emmett right there. But, yeah, Trevor Linsmeyer. Goodness, Trevor Linsmeyer on the mound with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. He'll face off with Blake Rabb as he's got a 4-0 lead. Brett Simonson goes over to second. Caleb Ellis will retain his spot over at short. Landon Freeman will be removed from the game here today.
He'll get the weekend off.
Yeah.
I was going to say that shot we had of Bryce Erickson, remember a few years ago the Astros always did like that freeze frame celebration? Yeah. It was kind of like that.
Sadowska with good speed stands at first with 2 outs. Dancing over there at first. First offering to Rabb is missed for a ball. Sparhawk Trucking has become one of the area's leading trucking companies, reliably hauling for nearly 45 years. Come work for the best and learn more at sparhawktrucking.com. First the 1-0 misses inside, 2-0 to Rabb. Ground out and a fly out tonight for Blake. They play in the top of the 5th with 2 outs.
And I'm thinking looking as well, Caleb Ellis, somewhere around the 60, 65 pitch mark.
There's a strike.
And I mean, that should make him ready for Tuesday if needed, as probably the primary reliever for Braden Lewis in that nightcap of day one of the state tournament.
From what we were informed, Rapids might play Oshkosh. That is a Oshkosh in Region 5. But again, that will all be decided and sent out. There's a foul into the mitts, and it's 2-2. That'll be all sent out and figured out by the Wisconsin American Legion Baseball and likely tweeted before the night is over. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Blake Rabb.
And again, I was watching Griesbach last inning. It's more entertaining watching Sadowski on the bases. Because the only way to describe him is how you describe some old school running backs, just a jitterbug.
Golf to center. Seligowski with good speed. Nearly overran it. Makes the play and ends the 5th inning. No runs on a couple of hits and 1 left on. We've played 4.5. To the bottom of the 5th we go. We'll have your Key Savings Bank look back after this on Zaleski Sports.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Welcome back to Simon Field here on the campus of DC Everest High School. Taking a look, 4-0 Rapids. Our 5th inning, bottom of the 5th inning, brought to you by Key Savings Bank. Unlock the best home, auto, commercial, and personal loans in the Rapids area. Key Savings Bank, no matter what you're financing, Key Savings Bank has the personal touch to put you at ease. Dream big with small rates at Key Savings Bank. 4 runs on 3 hits. No errors for Wisconsin Rapids. They've left 2 runners on. Marshfield with no runs on a couple of 4 hits and 1 error and 3 runners left on base. It has been a great week here, Mike. You've been here every day. It's a fun time. The last 2 weeks of summer baseball, and granted a lot of games, but I know you're a baseball guy through and through.
It's an awesome week. It's also a little sad because I am a baseball nut. And I could play baseball and watch baseball forever, and I could call a game every day for the rest of my life and die happy.
Yeah,
so when we get to the end of next week, it's going to be a little sad, but then we get right into the fall, and it's going to be a lot of fun as well. And we have we've grown so much as a company. We're covering so many teams now that will never not be busy.
Yeah, absolutely right. And again, I've said it a couple times already, but big time shout out to our staff this week and all of our staff all throughout the year. I mentioned it on the game against Wausau and Marshfield on Thursday night. From the beginning of the broadcast season, or the fall high school sports season, which is usually our football is our first one, all the way until the end of Legion State, a couple of WBA regional games, as Simonson smashes this one to right center field. That one is back and going to one-hop the wall, and Brett Simonson will truck around second, and a leadoff triple for Brett Simonson.
Why not? You're up 4-0. Send them.
Brett Simonson, a leadoff triple.
We haven't had a home run this week. In the park still counts.
And there's a runner at third for Caleb Ellis. But as I was mentioning, all of our games from the beginning of football to the end of baseball, I haven't compiled all the numbers, but it's got to be north of 1,500 games this past year, and it's been a tremendous ride. Can't do it without our sponsors, without our great staff as well. Ellis to right, and an RBI base hit for Caleb Ellis.
Simonson comes in to score. So triple, single, and back-to-back pitches.
Cannon Plowman at the plate now. Caleb has been on base all 3 times. He stands at first with nobody out. 5-0 Wisconsin Rapids.
And it was a funny thing, we had talked during setup and everything on going into Wednesday. that Wisconsin Rapids didn't need. I mean, that you want to win, obviously, but you don't need to go full out for these ones. You know you're ready in the next week. Just get some reps in. No one told them that. They are on fire right now.
That sounded like it or off the glove, yeah. Didn't hear a ting, so.
Yeah, I was thinking it's either helmet, elbow guard, or glove, or all three.
Now Ellis stands at second. There's about a couple of pitchers, 4 guys warming up in the bullpen right now for Wisconsin Rapids. Stretching and getting ready maybe to come play in the field. The last couple of innings, as Mike said, get the guys that...
Orheim is one of them.
I'm guessing probably
Dekarsky.
Dekarsky's warming up, throwing. Nolan Hartman, I'm guessing, is the catcher over there.
And Orheim's not going to pitch, but he might go in and play third if Dekarsky comes in to pitch.
The pitch, correct, yep. So there's not a lot of fun facts that I know, but Nolan Hartman, the catcher, just graduated from Assumption. Talked to his dad, who's an assistant coach. Blew it past Plowman, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So there was a game this summer that he came in and played. I called him Ryan Hartman on accident.
It's a hockey player.
That's his dad as well. And I told him after, and there's a line drive to right center field. They're going to send Ellis, and Cannon Plowman drives in another run, and it's 6-0 Wisconsin Rapids. Plowman continues his hot hitting. He's got a couple of RBIs and a couple of base hits, and that'll bring up Braden Lewis. But baseball through and through with the Hartman family, Nolan's name, besides Ryan being his dad's name, but his name is Nolan Ryan Hartman. So, yeah.
Well, I hope he eventually be able to throw him 97 plus.
Definitely not a pitcher, but Plowman will take second on the wild pitch. And meeting on the mound, that'll give us time to remind you that Econ Electric, from residential to commercial and even industrial, when you need an electrician, Econ Electric is at your service. You can always rely on Econ Electric, where every job is done safe, done right, on time, every time. As well as one of our newest in Wisconsin Rapids, newest sponsors in Wisconsin Rapids, is Investor's Choice. For the best in financial advising in the Wisconsin Rapids area, make the easy choice with Investor's Choice. Find them on Baker Street in Wisconsin Rapids, Investor's Choice Financial Advisors. So always appreciate when we get new sponsors on, and appreciate them coming on board with Zaleski Sports.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, go thank all these small businesses. Tell them we sent you.
Maybe a good thing, maybe not be a good thing, but tell them you heard about them on Zaleski Sports.
If they're on our airways, I would assume it's a good thing.
Tell them you heard about them on Zaleski Sports. Lewis grounds this one over to short and underneath the glove of Rab. Plowman will come in to score, and Braden Lewis, an RBI base hit. And you could see the frustration there from Blake Rab as Cannon Plowman was
right in front of him.
Yeah.
He was looking to make the play at third.
Yep.
And he just took his eye off the ball.
7-0 Rapids. We play in the bottom of the 5th. That'll bring up Gage Honeyegger. Misses for a ball. 1-0.
I mean, a bloop and a blast, this game could be over.
Haven't seen a blast yet.
It's first time for everything.
2-0 to Honeyegger.
Well, I was talking with Braden Bolus earlier, last couple of days. He said he's covered how many games here? He's never seen one hit.
Yeah. 3-0 to Honeyegger. Fleet Farm has everything you need for summer fun on the water. Check out their huge selections of kayaks, water towables, fishing gear, and more. Shop in-store, at a store near you, or online at fleetfarm.com. There's a strike to Honeyegger. Again, it's hard to believe, but if you want to get out on the water, you got about a month or so left before school starts and fall sports start. Honeyegger fouls it back. Count runs full. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. I talked to Cord Halber about it. I've mentioned on the broadcast quite a bit. It's the quickest 6 weeks in baseball is the American Legion season. Bobbled by Konechny. They still got, he's safe at first. Ooh, Honeyegger reaches on the error.
And he won.
That'll bring up Jackson Laskowski with 2 on and nobody out.
Now, I don't know what his power is.
Not known for it. But you never know.
If he hits like his arm throws.
Oh.
He tried.
Yeah, swung on him. Tried to check his swing, spun around, and it's 0-1.
What was that question asked to Craig Counsell that he got mad about last week? Swinging for the lake?
Yeah. It was a game that they won, too, as Laskowski flies that one fouled on the right field line. 0-2 to Jackson. We've had you'll see it next week in Wisconsin Rapids, the beautiful sunsets that we have in Wisconsin Rapids because the sun you can't really see the sun. That one is off at Gilbertson. Runners will advance. But a pretty cool sunset here in Weston tonight. 2 on and nobody out. 7-0 Rapids. Regional championship game of regional number 2. Got him looking on the outside corner. Laskowski is down via the strikeout, and there's one away for Josh Tokarski. Mutual of Wausau Insurance, they've been protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualwausau.com. Find agents near you. And that will do it for Mac Konechny. And that'll bring in the reliever.
It's like Tyler Kramer.
Tyler Kramer?
Yeah, it looks like their lineup is over.
Yep.
Number 7.
Tyler Kramer will come in to pitch for Konechny and see what he can do against Josh Tokarski. Get Culligan Water for only $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. Visit Sterling Culligan Water at CulliganH2O.com. That's CulliganH20.com. Also a reminder that tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by Quality Plus Printing in Wisconsin Rapids. They can help your business with all your printing service needs, banners, labels, postcards, programs, and so much more, all with quality custom work, quick turnaround times, and great customer service. Visit QPprinting.com. Quality Plus Printing, getting your words out.
Yeah, Tyler Kramer on the mound, getting some looks here, and a guy like Kramer, he's going to be a staple of this team for the next few years. He just finished his freshman year. A really talented young pitcher. Every game I cover with him was impressive for the Marshfield Tigers that he would pitch for in the spring. He was just a strike thrower. And a guy, once he gets a little bigger, fills up a bit, he's going to be one of the best pitchers in the Wisconsin Valley, both in high school and in American Legion baseball. I have no doubt about that.
Yeah, he can pop it, that's for sure. As Josh Tokarski will be the first batter that he faces here in the 5th inning. Reminder that after this game concludes, our Next Step Prosthetics postgame show will wrap up our broadcast here tonight on Zaleski Sports, and then we'll pick everything up and haul it back to Wisconsin Rapids for our state tournament coverage next week. Again, that starts on Tuesday, July 30th at 10 a.m. Schedule is to be determined and released at a later date, probably tonight. The teams that have made it appear: Eau Claire, Wisconsin Rapids, and Marshfield, Holman, Oshkosh, Milwaukee, post 426, and right now it looks like Manitowoc as they lead Kaukauna 6-0 in the top of the 5th inning. Josh Tokarski tonight, a strikeout and a flyout.
I was going to say another funny thing I noticed when Tokarski came to play before Coach Metz came out to make the pitching change. Laskowski was swinging the same bat. Tokarski was swinging the same model on deck, and they just traded the same bat for itself. Just this one's got more pine tar on it.
2 on and 1 out. Kramer, a spinner in there for a strike. It's 0-1. It didn't come with the fastball right away. Had the off speed and put it in there. The 0-1. Foul straight back. And Tokarski quickly behind 0-2. Playing the bottom of the 5th here from Simon Field on the campus of DC Everest High School. Ball game just over an hour old. First pitch was at 6:57, or 6:49, pardon me. And remains 0-2. Starting on Tuesday, 10 a.m., 1 p.m., 4 p.m., and 7:30 p.m. on day number 1. 0-2. Gilbertson saves a run. And it's 1-2.
So 7:30 day 1, but then days 2 and 3 at 7 o'clock. So more 3-hour game increments, which has been great here. I mean, every game here started on time.
Yeah, and even Tokarski follows it back. Even more beneficial in Wisconsin Rapids is that you don't have to drag the field or repaint it after every game. So they hit turf surface. Tokarski bloops this one into right. Cherney coming in. It's going to fall in front of him. Honeyegger was already standing at third base before Braden Lewis took off.
Yeah, great read by Honeyegger. Lewis went back to tag.
Yep.
Honeyegger said, why not?
RBI base hit there for Josh Tokarski. That'll bring up Jordan Seligowski with runners at the corners and 1 out. We've seen a lot of speedsters taking second base. Unless a pitch gets by Adam Gilbertson, again, I may be wrong. I'm not very good at predicting things, but I would not predict that Josh Tokarski would steal second base.
What if you put him in skates?
Yeah, exactly right.
Dirt or ice, it doesn't matter. Yeah, Steve sees a B on the window.
Yeah, I don't like it. No, 1 ball and no strikes to Seligowski. There he goes. See, I told you I was wrong.
And he's out.
And he got thrown out by a ways, and
I thought the throw was going to be cut off for a second, and
there's 2 away for Jordan Seligowski.
If you wear a white jersey and you don't leave with more dirt than fabric, you're doing it wrong.
1 ball and 1 strike. Inside and missed. 2-1 to Jordan. As Trevor Linsmeyer on deck. Rapids with 2 in the first, 2 in the third, 4 here in the fifth. They lead 8-0. And Seligowski flies it to left. Sadowska is there. He makes the catch about waist high and ends the fifth inning. 4 runs for Wisconsin Rapids on 5 hits. There was an error and 1 left on. We have played 5 completes. New score, Rapids 8, Marshfield nothing. You're watching American Legion Region 2 championship game on Zaleski Sports.
If you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Brown Fine Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently. Bauer & Fine.
Up construction. Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
they, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed.
It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
All right, you see, pretty good handwriting. We definitely need a whiteboard next week. You wrote that? Oh. I was like, that's pretty good. We'll bring a whiteboard next week to make up a bracket and everything. We'll have it all figured out. We'll make it look nice for you. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Trevor Linsmeyer on the mound. Chase Robinson looks at a strike to start the at-bat and the inning here in the top of the 6th. No defensive changes yet, and Robinson swings and misses, and it's 0-2. And we'll crown our regional champion tonight, have our Zaleski Sports MVP plaques presented by Awards and More in Wisconsin Rapids. 1-2 misses. And just like that, it is full count. And draws a walk after starting the bats behind 0-2. That'll bring up Emmett Konieczny, a ground out and a pop out for Emmett tonight as we play in the top of the 6th. Rapids will have the 9-1-2 in the bottom half. Linsmeyer trying to get there with no damage done, and that one's going to trickle into left field. And Emmett Konieczny gets his first base hit of the night. And Marshfield's got a couple of base runners now with nobody out for Owen Griesbach. Griesbach, a single and a walk tonight after being the winning pitcher in the game against Plover that secured Marshfield's spot in the state tournament.
He's another guy where, again, baseball can be a finesse game. It can be a brute force game. Griesbach is more of the latter. You watch him grip the bat, he looks like he's trying to break it.
That one's off the end of the bat. It's
That's
going to be a fair ball. Going to get the out at first. And there's one away. Crazy spin on that one.
Yeah, I've seen side spin with a dirt base path, never on a grass base path like that. That was... You hit it anymore on the end of the bat, you miss.
Umpire Kevin Johnson had to make sure that it wasn't ripped up. We've seen that, not in this league, but seen it sometimes where the ball will just get ripped apart on a hit like that.
Hit a seam the right way and becomes the best curveball you'll ever throw.
And bounces in there to Adam Gilbertson. A single and a strikeout tonight for Adam. 2 in scoring position for Marshfield here in the top of the 6th with only 1 out. One misses low. 2-0 to Gilbertson. Aiden Cherney on deck.
A chance to just chip away into this game. Still playing with pride until the final out.
Misses. Maybe a tad bit outside. 3-0. Or a tad bit high. And there's a strike. Gilbertson was ready to toss the bat. 3-1 now to Adam. Again, a tremendous job behind the plate this week for Marshfield. Going to be hit to left center field. It's going to fall in front of Honeyegger. Get past Honeyegger. An RBI base hit for Adam Gilbertson. And Marshfield's on the board here in the 6th. Konieczny to third, and that'll bring up Aiden Cherney. A couple of flyouts to center tonight. 8-1 Wisconsin Rapids with only 1 out. And Honeyegger and Seligowski both gave it a look. Honeyegger just...
He's fast, but he's not that fast.
Yeah. If that would have stayed in the air for a fraction of a second longer, maybe. Now it misses away. 1 ball, no strikes.
He talked about it last time up with Aiden Cherney, how his stance, his back foot is basically facing the other dugout. Yeah. He's also one of the few guys who starts his stance as a very closed stance. Yeah. That front foot well in front of his back foot as far as horizontally.
2-0 now to Cherney. And that front toe
is almost on the plate.
Yeah, it's as close to the plate as you can get.
We call it the Rizzo.
Yeah. The 2-0 from Linsmeyer. 3-0 now. Bryce Erickson on deck. Runners at the corners and 1 out. So run across for Marshfield here in the top of the 6th inning. There's a strike. 3-1 now to Aiden.
I know Coach Halber would love to get through the rest of this game with Linsmeyer, not have to go to Dekarski. or Oligny or anyone who might be left.
Popped up, shallow center again. Seligowski, a long run. He's going to come in, make the catch. The throw is not going to be had, and there's nobody left in the infield for Seligowski to throw it to. Hands it off to Ellis.
Good thing it was shallow, and good thing it was that shallow. Otherwise, Gilbertson might have thought about tagging from first.
Fly out to center. That'll bring up Bryce Erickson. A single his last time up, and then he got picked off at first. 8-1 Wisconsin Rapids here in the top of the 6th inning.
Well, I said earlier, it's always an adventure with Erickson on the bases.
That was going to be grounded over to third. Tokarski on the run. Nice play by Josh. And that'll end the 6th inning. A run on a couple of hits and 2 left on. We've played 5.5 to the bottom of the 6th we go. We are watching American Legion Region 2 championship game on Zaleski Sports.
I work for Staub Construction.
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
they, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed.
It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
GMC, and I am standing in our all-new express lane, open now, no appointment necessary. Stop on in and get things like oil changes, filters, quick lubes, no appointment necessary. See you soon. Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Show.
Welcome back to DC Everest. It'll be Carson Orheim to lead things off for Wisconsin Rapids. So if we get to a 7th, you mentioned earlier, Tokarski will probably have the 7th for Wisconsin Rapids.
Yeah.
Nolan Hartman.
He just went down to the bullpen to get loose.
So Orheim will lead things off for the Rangers, and then back to the top of the order in Simonson and Ellis.
I mean that's almost a guarantee now. Orheim will go to third.
Yep.
Tokarski will come in and pitch and get the final 3 outs.
Again, Rapids looking for a regional champion, or both teams obviously looking for a regional championship. The Rangers looking for their first since 2019. Marshfield since 2022. And again, would have to go back and look, but a team, they have stats for the state tournament. Team that lost the first game and came back to win the state tournament, or now regional.
Well, Janesville last year.
Yeah, Janesville did it last year. Absolutely. Orheim to lead things off at the bottom of the 6th. With nobody on, nobody out. Carson, again, a tremendous job on the mound yesterday. Way out in front that time was Orheim. And it's 0-1. Expect Carson to be on the field or on the mound next week if Rapids can get to a third day. Ground ball to third. It is a fair ball. No, just foul. And nothing in 2 now to Orheim.
Yeah, he'll be probably in there somewhere. But the thing is, Tokarski also done a very good job at third base as well. Wisconsin Rapids very lucky to have 2 third basemen, which is it's a tough position to play. Yeah, you gotta have probably your quickest reflexes on the field.
So with Lewis pitching on Tuesday, Tokarski will be at first and Orheim will be at third. If it goes to what it's been this year. There's a swing and a miss by Carson. That's the first down of the 6th. That'll bring up Brett Simonson, the top of the order. 2 for 3 tonight. Single and a triple, along with a ground out to first. 8-1 Wisconsin Rapids. Rapids, one of the hottest teams right now the last couple of weeks. I know going into their doubleheader against Stratford last week, they had mentioned something 12 of the last 13 or somewhere around there. So that one misses for a ball, 2-0. It'll be on the field for post-game trophy presentations. There's a strike, 2-1. Regional championship, as well as our Zaleski Sports MVP of the tournament. Again, plaque brought to you by are presented by Awards and More in Wisconsin Rapids. 3 balls and a strike to Simonson. Caleb Ellis on deck. And Brett Simonson draws a 1-out walk.
A good bat flip to boot.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
So yeah, it's either an intentional move or you have too much pine tar on the handle.
That'll bring up
It
Caleb.
sticks.
Caleb Ellis been on base 3 times, a double, a single, and reached down there in the 3rd.
It's in line to be the winning pitcher in the game.
There's a strike to Caleb in the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Gilbertson again, nice stop behind the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike.
I say this as a guy who's caught a lot of innings in the past, not as much anymore, but we're catching 35 innings this week is unreal between Plowman, Gilbertson. Tim Sackman caught 4 games for Plover, or sorry, 3 games.
Yeah, it's just young man's spot.
Ryan Rodemeyer for Wausau caught a lot. Also got hit in the head by a pitch, and he kept going.
Runner at first and 1 out. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Caleb Ellis. 8-1 Wisconsin Rapids. And swings and misses, and Ellis down via the strikeout. You talked about how good he is, and pitching very well here in relief, and there's 2 away in the 6th.
Yeah, Kramer, not a big guy in the slightest, but he gets plenty of velocity out of that frame.
Reminds, who's that remind you of?
You say Tim Lincecum a little bit?
Morgan Griesbach from Auburndale.
Yeah.
Softball pitcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a huge frame, but she can, a heck of a pitcher.
Or Lady Pankratz, or...
Yeah. Yeah, Lincecum is a good one, too. 1 ball and 1 strike. We were just talking about Tim Lincecum last week, weren't we?
Yes.
He threw like 150 pitches in a complete game.
And a no-hitter, and then his arm almost literally fell off his shoulder.
1 ball and 1 strike.
He had the greatest peak of any non-Hall of Famer I ever saw.
Plowman pops it up to second. Konechny out and makes the catch, and that'll end the 6th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left via the walk. To the 7th we go. Rapids leads 8-1. We'll be back with the 7th after this on Zaleski Sports.
Chili Implement, located just west of Marshfield in Chili, is your Kubota dealer in central Wisconsin. Big or small, Chili Implement has all the best equipment waiting for you. From farm tractors to lawn care, plus work and have fun in a Kubota side-by-side. Choose Chili Implement for your parts and service too. Chili Implement, open Monday through Saturday to serve you, and 24/7 online at chiliimplement.com.
Josh Tokarski out on the mound for Wisconsin Rapids. That's the only change besides Carson Orheim over to 3rd. And he'll face off with 8-9-1 for Marshfield here in the visitor half of the 7th. 3 outs away from ending this regional and heading to state next week. So, and ending our time here at Simon Field. It has been a tremendous week. And again, big shout out to all of the staff for Zaleski Sports and all of the tournament coordinators here at Everest. They've done a tremendous job all week long. And I look forward to a fun state tournament next week in Wisconsin Rapids. 8-9-1 for Marshfield. Rapids leads 8-1 here in the top of the 7th. Taking a look at our Key Savings Bank scoreboard. Rapids scored 2 in the 1st, 2 in the 3rd, 4 in the 5th. Marshfield answered with 1 in the last inning in the 6th on a base hit.
Tokarski, second straight day he's working. Again, he came in yesterday with the go-ahead run on base for Marshfield in the 6th, and he Might have been the last guy to have gotten Sadowska out. Caught him with a backdoor curveball.
Hey, don't forget, we'll be out on the field with our regional final presentation as well as our Zaleski Sports MVP plaque presentation. We'll have all of that for you at the conclusion of this ball game. First offering to Schaefer is good for a strike. Caleb today in the DH spot, a walk and a pop out. High and in, evens it up at a ball and a strike. The 1-1. A high fastball got him to chase, and it's 1-2. Again, Marshfield season will continue. Wisconsin Rapids season will continue next week at the state tournament in Wisconsin Rapids. Start time for Marshfield's game and opponent will be to be determined. Many people believe it'll be Eau Claire. We just don't know which time or what time slot.
You know, it'll be either 10, 1, or 4. That's all we know.
Just missed a little bit away.
And I will say, it's always been good to have this game be kind of relaxed.
Yep.
We've had some pretty high-stress games the past few days. So, like, the first game of this tournament, which basically had the almost exact opposite score of this, and this one, nice and easy, nice and relaxed.
The 3-2. Popped up behind home. Plowman giving a look. And remain full at 3-2. Again, if Rapids hangs on, we will, should we wait or award it and tell people out down on the field?
They're going to announce on the PA.
Oh,
the MVP.
Should we tell people on here or wait until we get down on the
We'll get down on the field and do it. I've already made the decision.
3-2, fouled at the plate, and Plowman takes one off the catcher's gear. He said, oh, don't worry about it. He rifles one back to Dekarski.
He almost bounced it in before he had just thrown one. He airmailed him a couple pitches before.
The 3-2. Ground ball over to Orheim, just into the game. Low throw, and Lewis able to dig it out on the throw. And there's one up and one down for Jacob Sadowska. And we'll have multi-camera next week, of course, and it'll be a good week next week in Wisconsin Rapids. A tremendous week this week here in Weston. Weather was perfect. Warm some days, but not as hot as it's going to be next week. And that one's going to be fouled up and out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fouled back again, 1-2.
You talked about, Jess, the week we've had here, and I got a quick shout-out to the 7 guys who did a lot of the work on the field this week. I got their names today. So Dave Langman, Coleman Schilling, Coach Riley Pazar, Greg Langman, Nate Langman, Logan George, Josh Nielsen, all great work over the week. Big thanks to all of them as, again, they kept everything running really nice and smooth.
The 1-2 line to Orheim at third, and he's made the 2 outs since coming into the game. There's 2 away. Took extra bases away from Sadowska.
And a huge thanks again to the Everest staff, again letting us use over half of their press box.
Yep.
We stored cupcakes in here and cookies in here.
Offering to Rab is fouled back, and Marshfield down to their final out here in this regional championship game. Dekarski's trying to finish it out, the 0-1. Ground ball to Ellis at short, and for the first time since 2019, the Wisconsin Rapids Post-9 Rangers are regional champions in region number 2, and will head to state next week for the state tournaments. Again, final score, Wisconsin Rapids 8, Marshfield 1, as both teams will head to state next week. We'll be down on the field for our Next Step Prosthetics post-game show. Following these messages, Next Step Prosthetics, providing prosthetics and orthotics throughout central Wisconsin. Take your next step and contact them today. Trophy presentation and interviews when we get back to Simon Field here on Zaleski Sports.
Hi, I'm Shad from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shy.
Shy is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step, because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life. Hi, I'm Shai.
Congratulations to the 2024 regional champions, the Wisconsin Rapids Rangers and Port Albert. Also a special congratulations to the Zaleski Sports Tournament MVP, Cannon Plowman.
All right, welcome back to Simon Field here in Weston as the Wisconsin Rapids Post 9 Rangers are regional champs for the first time in 5 years. Coach, it was a tough way to start the tournament, but a nice way to end it here this year.
Yeah, I mean, it just says a lot about our team. We lose the first game in pretty blowout fashion, and then to come back and win 4 games, and it says a lot about these guys and the fight that they have in them, and looking forward to another week of baseball with them.
Yeah, absolutely, and as you mentioned, another week, you get to go back home for the week now to host a state tournament. Just talk about how special that is.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I mean, we got a lot of really good teams coming in, but we're playing some pretty good ball and looking forward to it.
Yeah, and we talked about at the beginning of the year, 2 returners. You had Braden and Cannon, non-high school returners. They played a massive part this year, helping the young guys. Just talk about the leadership that they've brought.
Yeah, I mean, they're 2 great leaders. They're 2 great young men, and they helped mold the team into what we have now, and their leadership is, without a doubt, the key to our success.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Court.
Thank you.
See if Cannon wants to talk. Yeah. Bringing our Zaleski Sports MVP, Cannon Plowman, and our player of the game. Cannon, a tremendous week here on Zaleski Sports as we got both plaques now for Mr. Plowman. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Cannon, congratulations first off. Coming back this year, I just talked to Coach about it, coming back, being one of the two non-high school returners, and now you're regional champs. Just talk a little bit about that.
I put a lot of work in the off season, hoping that we could get here and
we've made it here years before and couldn't quite pull through, but this year we got it done.
And just, again, I talked to Coach about it. A tough way to start the tournament, got blown out by these guys, and now you come back and beat them for a regional championship. Just talk about the resilience that you guys have on this team.
Yeah, we got kicked in the mouth right away, but we didn't let that hold us down. We came out, the bats got hot, and we put up runs and won the game.
You've been a big part of this high school over at Lincoln, and now you're a big part of this. We'll get you a towel.
Yeah, that'd be good.
But a big part of baseball program at Lincoln, big part of program here with the Rangers, and now you get to host the state tournament, go back and play at the Quadplex for another week. Just talk about how special that's going to be.
Oh, it's going to be amazing. It's a once in a lifetime experience. So we didn't want to come here in the championship and lose and have a excuse that we made it there, that we hosted it. So came out, won this, and we're just going to go play a game on our home turf next week.
Right, we'll put you in the house. I'll hold this for you, unless you want to do it.
I can double fist.
All right. All right, I'll back out of the way here. And
good.
Go ahead, boss.
I'm Cannon Plowman, and I'm in the house.
Thank you, Cannon.
Yeah,
congratulations.
thank you.
See you next week. All right, with that, we're going to sign things off here on Zaleski Sports this week. A huge shout out to all of our employees and all of our staff, all of the people here in Weston, and all the fine folks with the DC Everest Legion. And we look forward to seeing you all next week in Wisconsin Rapids. For Mike Wendlick, Katie Lecton, Kale Jacoby, Braden Bullis, Braden Sutter, Trevor Zaleski, Jason Zaleski, and all of them that worked, Dan Lau as well, here this week on Zaleski Sports. This is C-Mave signing off. Final score? Again, Wisconsin Rapids 8 and Marshfield 1. It'll be the state tournament next week at the Wisconsin Rapids Quadplex starting on Tuesday, July 30th at 10 a.m. Hope you all have a great weekend. We'll talk to you again next week from Wisconsin Rapids for the state tournament here on Zaleski Sports. So long, everyone.